Hey people, so I got a question that kind of I understand the person had a hard time writing it because it's English isn't their first language, so but I got the gist of the question, so bear with me. Um, the basis of the questions were my opinions on DOMs having subs. Um, Breaking it down more of if I had if I was submissive to another dominant, but then I had my own submissives. That's basically the premise. The one thing you have to keep in mind with this lifestyle is everything is based on um, structure. What's the structure of the relationship that you are in? Um, there is no one right way of doing this. There is no one you know, this is how things are done because it just doesn't work that way. The way it works is what is right for you. Not what is right for you and everybody else, but what is right for you. Are you comfortable with this scenario? Are you comfortable with the idea of your dominant having someone else in their life, whether it's another submissive or they are submitting to another dominant. Um, Same thing's true of your, if because I've seen structures that go like one submissive having multiple dominants, one dominant having multiple submissives. Um, I've seen especially in some old school leather families where there would be the head of the household who is the male or female lead dominant, and then have other dominants under them who are either it happened in my situation where the mistress who trained me, I did not come in to be a slave or a submissive. I came in to be a dominant and eventually to be a master. Um, so for the 2 years that I was with her, I was a dominant, but I was a dominant under her training. And so that type of scenario, I think, works very, very well. Um, I think that what, but again, it worked well for me and her and the other people who were in her life. I wasn't the only person there. I was the only one person being trained at that moment, but she had several other submissives, male and female, um, who were just there who everybody was there with their own agenda, their own what makes them happy. Getting okay with the concept of the person who you are with being with someone else is a very difficult concept for people to get. But once you can wrap your head around this concept and are comfortable with it, then it becomes a whole new set of doors to open up. And this is the thing that you have to be aware of. You have to be aware of these things could happen. And if you're not comfortable with them, then you have to make that absolutely clear. If you want to get comfortable with it, then you have to make that absolutely clear. Every time you do this, every time you get involved with multiple partners, you have to make sure that everybody involved is comfortable with the situation. Not just the classic mistake Doms do where they think, oh, I have this slave, well, then I'm going to get this one too, and then I'll get that one, and then I'll start collecting, and then people get unhappy in the relationship where you should be focusing on every person in the relationship. That's kind of hard to do after two. You can do it. Everybody has, a thing like we're we're talking to a couple people for to be part of our relationship, either um, just as um, friends in the lifestyle. They are part of your relationship. Um, People who who would come in just as play partners. They're part of your relationship. Everything that you do, every person you bring into your sphere of your little sphere, you have to make sure that where's their where are they at, what are they thinking, what are they doing, and is it going to be beneficial to you in your life? And if it is, then you have to make the decision on whether you want to continue to do it or not. If not, you're going to be banging your head against the wall. As far as the base concept of a dominant having a dominant, I'm totally comfortable with that. I totally think it's a great idea. I think that the dominants could use finding another dominant to learn from. And even if it's just a educational thing, not really a sexual thing, you're still going to learn something. And if you can apply the good or bad lessons that you learn from your dominant to your submissive, then why not do it? If it is just one of those things you have to get used to. It's the world is very unusual, very different, and with the way things are going forward in this community, you're going to wind up having things that just don't make any sense to you, but the people doing it, it's beautiful. So that's it for now. Be well and safe.